Time now to look into the past as we remember when traffic jams were non-existent and when driving was something people actually enjoyed. So hop in and join us for a spin around the Sadove as we look back at the fascinating history of Soviet cars.
Unveiling his pride and joy, Alexander Bushuev is showing off his pet project.
It's the first Soviet sports car. It was made in 1938, and a year later it set the USSR's speed record of 162 kilometers an hour.
It was designed for one purpose only: going as fast as possible, so comfort is minimal. To get inside, the driver had to go through this hatch in the roof. And with no side or rear windows, all you could do was speed forward. Yet, this isn't the actual record holder, but a carefully crafted copy.
The original car perished during World War II. We recreated it using the few photos left. It took us 4 years and a team of 32 people.
Alexander got hooked on Soviet retro cars 10 years ago. That's when he set up this workshop to restore what's now scrap metal to its former glory. But not any rusty old car can catch his eye. His team is now sweating over this Moskvich, a popular Soviet brand. He picked it because in 1970 the same model took part in the London-Mechiko World Cup rally. The original didn't survive, and Alexander wants this Moskvich to look just like the one that competed in the race.
It's something that makes my life more exciting. You know, working hard to provide for your family is all very well, but if I didn't have a hobby like this to spice things up, my life would have been a lot less colourful.
But while affording a retro dream may not be for everyone, feasting your eyes on it is. When it comes to vintage beauties, this museum has it all. These cars were a dream for generations of Soviet people. Here's the legendary Volga, a status symbol in the 1950s. This is the sturdy Zaporozhets, arguably the nation's most popular car, built in Soviet Ukraine. And here's a gem in any retro car collection, a ZIS 110. ZIS standing for Stalin Car Factory, where it was produced.
It was the first Soviet limousine. In 1942, engineers at Moscow's Stalin Car Factory were ordered to design a 7-seat luxury car. With battles raging, it must have seemed odd, but a party's order was a party's order. It was a car for the top party elite. Stalin's notorious secret police chief, Lavrenti Beria, had one.
And here's my personal favorite. It's sleek, it's sexy, and it was the ultimate Soviet chic. Meet Pobeda, or Victory. The name's not accidental. Produced since 1946, it became a symbol of the Red Army's victory in the Second World War. And it was also a victory of the USSR's car making. Pobeda was the first Soviet car to have turn indicators, a built-in radio, an electric heater, no need to wrap up warm for a drive in winter, and 2 electric wipers. A true triumph of comfort, I can tell you. The Russian president is a fan too. He actually owns one. But in post-Soviet times, Russian brands have struggled to compete with foreign rivals. Polls show 4 in 5 Russians prefer foreign-made cars. Meanwhile, the government is investing billions of rubles to support domestic brands, and backs them in other ways too, as Prime Minister Putin hit a Siberian highway in a Lada Kalina.
The car is excellent, even beyond my expectations.
And Russia has even come up with its answer to Porsche and Ferrari. The country's first supercar, Marussia, has gone on sale in Moscow for around 100,000 euros. The man behind the project, a showman and car racer Nikolai Fomenko, wants a new start for the country's car making.
The current plant we have in Moscow is our first brainchild, but we're also planning to launch 2 assembly plants in Belgium and Germany. All parts will be shipped from Moscow. Never before has a Russian car been assembled in the European Union.
So while the first Soviet sports car has spent years in oblivion, the country's motoring fans hope Russia's first sports car will have a brighter future, helping the industry get back on its wheels. Svetlana Kurakina, Primetime Russia, RT.
What do you think?
I think it's cool. Old cars are cool. People get very nostalgic about cars. Something about them just bring back memories of when they were younger.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's also a slightly different generation. We are on the verge of people sort of turning to hating cars, I think, almost.
Yeah, possibly.
Because of the traffic congestion, and it's just not bringing in the feelings of love and interest and, I don't know, just basically look at it. It's very beautiful in terms of design, but then the gas emissions, oh my